Tyler may have been recruited to deliver a multi-million-dollar defense project to our country's enemies.
Overwhelming force will be brought to bear if necessary. You know what this means. Peter could be collateral damage.
But regardless, we need to contain the situation on our own before it's too late.
It's a simple formula. If you want to create a groundbreaking hit show, you call this guy and then get the hell out of the way. That's a look at Fringe, the creepy drama thriller series airs Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern on the big Fox network. We welcome back to the program the man who plays Agent Philip Broyles. You've also seen him on Lost and the amazing show The Wire. We're delighted to be joined by Lance Reddick. He's as debonair as I am covered in hair. Aww. It's true. hey, I gotta ask you, do you get stopped on the street a lot by people who don't know who you are because you're on everything?
Well, no, I usually get stopped on the street by people who don't know who I am at all.
Really? That happens to me too.
Yeah.
It's only because I'm not wearing any pants.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I am.
Well, usually, I mean, if I'm not wearing pants, usually I'm told about that the next morning after I kind of get out of the toilet. But that's another.
That's for another time, perhaps. Maybe drinks at the Waldorf.
You're going to edit that out, right?
Yeah, of course. Hey, have you ever been on a lousy TV series?
Have I ever been on a lousy TV series? Well, I have to admit, I've been very fortunate.
Yeah.
I've done some, what else can I say? I've been fortunate that some great people have hired me to do their work.
Yeah. You know what's amazing? I just read that Harvard, I don't know if you heard this, do you know that Harvard is teaching a class on The Wire? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did hear that. I heard it over the weekend.
Is that amazing? Now, is that going to take the fun out of the show? Or is that something good?
Well, is it going to take the fun out of the show? Yeah, it's funny because I remember when David Simon, when we were having our third season premiere, he said, this show is not meant to be entertainment. It's meant as a socio-political debate. I'm happy people are entertained, but that's not what it's about.
Yeah, the thing is, I thought the show was just, and I shouldn't talk about Wire, we're just talking about Fringe, but The Wire to me was just, the acting was so amazing and the writing was so spectacular that as depressing and as thoughtful as the show was, it still was pure entertainment. It was a Dickens novel. I mean,
it's funny because I was, when I didn't, for the first two seasons of The Wire, I didn't even watch it. So I went back and started watching it on DVD while we were shooting the third season. And I would completely agree with you. It feels like a Dickens novel, even though I know David Simon doesn't particularly like that comparison.
Yeah, but you know the funny thing is, I've never even read Dickens. I just like to say it feels like a Dickens novel because, frankly, I'm an idiot.
He wrote the Peter Rabbit book.
Yes, correct. But I want to talk to you about Fringe. Now that can you explain the show to people who haven't seen it yet?
Wow, you mean explain the show to people who've never ever seen an episode?
Yeah, like what is Fringe about?
Well, basically, Fringe refers to something called fringe science, which is kind of on the fringe of what we mainstream populace knows or believes in as being possible. And it also refers to this division, it's called Fringe Division, this division of elite investigators within the FBI that investigate these super scientific crimes of murder and terrorism.
Now, do crazy fans come up to you and ask you weird questions now as if the show is real?
No, I actually haven't had any crazy fans ask me. I mean, one person asked me if I was an alien, but I mean, that guy, well, that party was one of those things, the acid and all that. But no, but other than that, no.
I want to go to these parties.
No kidding.
I know.
I just want to go to a party.
It's a Hollywood thing, man. You got to leave New York.
Yeah, that's true. Now, at the end of last season, we learned there was a parallel Earth. Have you been there, and what's it like?
Do you mean have I been there, like actually, like on my vacation, or do you mean in the show?
In the show.
No, actually, no. Broyles has not been there, but I have a feeling, especially given the deja vu moment that happened in the middle of last season when Olivia saw an alternate version of Broyles and she saw an alternate version of Charlie. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens and we get to confront our opposing selves.
Yeah. I got time for one last question. Is there going to be a Wire movie?
Man, I've been asked that so many times. I really don't think so.
Yeah.
David's pretty much moving on to other things.
We got to roll. Thank you so much, Lance. Always a pleasure having you on the show. You got to check out Fringe. It's fantastic. It airs Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Fox. You better watch it. Coming up, why are these dogs?